Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live stream. We should get the display showing shortly. Should come through in a moment, but I hope you're all doing well. There we go. Yeah, hope you're all doing well. We're back with another live stream of our Maserati series. It's been a week because I was away over the weekend. So, yeah, we missed out on Friday, but we are back today for the second race of 2026, and we've qualified pretty well again. 8th with Colapinto, 9th with Maloney. We did do that in Australia, and we didn't really have a race pace, although Colapinto did hold on to P6. Maloney fell away drastically. So, yeah, we'll see how we go. Lucas, hello, buddy. Straight in with the gift. Hope you're well. Thanks for that. Much appreciated, buddy. And if you are jumping in straight away, do smash that like button. Really does help the stream out and helps me out. Super appreciated. So, yeah, we'll see how we go here in China. It's going to be a dry race, and we're going for a two-stop with both drivers. Slightly different on the strategy in terms of compounds. Colapinto's going to go softs till lap 17, then mediums, then softs at the end. Maloney's going a little bit longer on that first stint. He's going hards, then he's going mediums, then softs at the end. So, slightly different strategy for both drivers. Bear with me 2 seconds, chat. Right, just bear with me, chat. I will be 1 minute. I just need to deal with an emergency. Hold on. Not that much of an emergency. Children's stuff. Hold on. Oh, right, I'm back. Sorry about that, chat. I'm awaiting a furniture delivery, and yeah, one of my children were hounding me. I thought it was here, but it's not that. So anyway, Dupin, thanks for the gift. Addy, hello, buddy. I can't take this anymore. Just give us Yokeres. Yes, indeed. What's Kimmy's rating? I don't actually know what Kimmy's rating is in game. But yeah, in this 2026 season, Mercedes have not retained George Russell, the current world champion, or Kimi Antonelli, and Yuki Tsunoda's been dropped. So we do have an opportunity to perhaps sign in replacement of Zane Maloney or Colapinto, make your choice. But I'd say more Zane. We do have the choice of a free agent at the moment of George Russell, Yuki Tsunoda, or Kimi Antonelli. So that is the choice. So let me know in the comments, or vote. The vote is up on YouTube on what way you think we should go. But yes, Addy, Yokeres. It's looking good for United, though, isn't it? With obviously Okuna in. Wembo from Brentford looks to be on the way. So interesting stuff. But anyway, let's get this one underway, shall we? And see how we go around China. Yeah, Man United doing some early business for once, which normally we take the whole window. So it's definitely needed. And we'll see how the rest of it goes.
Well,
and here we go then. We're starting 8th with Colapinto, 9th with Maloney. Or was it the other way around? I think it was 8th with Colapinto, 9th with Maloney. But anyway, it's a Ferrari to get us underway with Charles Leclerc. Yes, indeed, it is Colapinto 8th, Maloney 9th. And let's see, last time out in Australia, we fell away with race pace. Although Colapinto did hold on to points. But Maloney drastically fell away. So let's see what we can do here today. And Colapinto already challenging Fernando Alonso, but Fernando Alonso not enjoying that, and he comes back through. Colapinto remains P8. Maloney's dropped a position to P10. He is the only one on the hard tyre, so again, might be a bit of a struggle on this opening stint. Thoughts on the race in Barcelona? Craigie, thanks for the follow. Yeah, Barcelona at the weekend, as Colapinto has now moved back past Fernando Alonso. Barcelona, yeah, it's pretty, I wouldn't just say dull, but not too much was happening until Max decided to entertain us all. So, anything I say about Max, whether it's right or wrong what he does, it would be a very boring grid without Max Verstappen spicing it up. And the only thing I do like about, no, that's harsh, it's not the only thing I like about Max, but one thing I do like about Max, as he will fight for a position, you know, none of this, like, it's not our fight, let him go, and that kind of, I hate to see that on the modern grid where they just, you know, a quicker car's coming through, and because it's going to be detrimental to their tyres in a race, it just kind of waves on by. So sometimes, you know, if a Max Verstappen starts in 16th or whatever, it's not too hard coming through the pack because no one really fights him because they think it's not going to be my fight. I'm just going to waste tyre life. But Max Verstappen will give anyone a fight at any time. And I do, for one, appreciate that. But yeah, McLaren, the flexi wings and all that business affected them majorly, didn't it? I've got a yellow flag here. But no impact on McLaren at all, apart from maybe speeding them up somehow.
Okay, so heading into turn one.
Esteban Ocon has had a lock up here.
And there goes the steering. And they'll need to be mindful of the effect that...
But yeah, the Max George instance, I'm not too bothered about it in terms of, you know, people saying a black flag should be a race ban and all of this, you know. Yeah, he got hot-headed and saw red mist, did what he did. Got the penalty, got his penalty points. I think you just move on from it. You can't be giving him a black flag when we've seen, as they say, previous, you know, Vettel. I also remember in Baku under the safety car with Hamilton. You know, that was even more deliberate, if anything. The only thing I would say is the inconsistency with penalties. George Russell gets a drive-through penalty, which is, what, 20 to 30 seconds, depending on the track and pit lane, for cutting the corner and gaining advantage at Monaco on Albon. Max Verstappen intentionally drives into someone and gets a 10-second time penalty, so that side of it doesn't really add up to me, but FIA things, Formula 1 things. Anyway, Colapinto P7 after getting Alonso, and Maloney is still P10, but we're now sort of settling into our strategy, so we'll see how we go. Did our drivers jump in ratings this season? No, they're still the same at the moment. A Hulk P5, massive. Yeah, that was a great drive from Hulkenberg.
Stroll behind.
Getting Hamilton at the end was unexpected, wasn't it? Hamilton, yeah, really struggled again with... Well, I say again, his race pace has been pretty good, but struggled with race pace. Audi will cook. Yeah, it's going to be interesting with Audi coming in. See how they go. I believe it should be a drive-through on Max. Yeah, so I mean, I think the penalty could have been a lot stronger than that. I don't think a black flag, personally, a disqualification, but I think if you're giving George a drive through the race before, but for cutting a corner gain advantage, how do you give a lesser penalty to intentionally driving into the side of another car? It doesn't add up. Well, that's always the way with these penalties in Formula 1. They are very inconsistent. I don't know, I'm sceptical of the owners we do this, but I don't know, we need 4 or 5 more players. Yeah, I think, to be fair, this is the time to judge the new owners. They've not had a full summer transfer window in terms of planning. They obviously came in last year, but it is very quick. They couldn't plan it. Liana, thanks for the follow. As Fernando Alonso then coming back at Franco Colapinto, and he is back past us. Maloney has dropped to 11th as well. He's been passed by Danny Rick. Danny Rick in the Mercedes. So if you're jumping in for the first time or you're returning to the series, you haven't seen the 2026 grid yet. Mercedes, George Russell, they didn't win the Constructors. Ferrari won the Constructors. George Russell, though, in the Mercedes is the world champion. And Mercedes decided to bin him off as the world champion and replace him and Kimi Antonelli with Ricciardo and Perez. Maloney's going to be under pressure here from Lance Stroll. And he is through as well. Your drivers are Colapinto and who? It's Zane Maloney, Theo.
Yeah, keep doing your best. Car behind is Sainz.
Alright, I need to get my delivery. Stay on the race chat. Right, I'm back. Hopefully no more distractions now. As I say, I was waiting for a delivery, which is now here. So that's taken care of. Theo, what on earth's happened to Mercedes? Yeah, no idea on that. As I say, they replaced a young, bright rookie, Kimi Antonelli, with Perez, and their current world champion, George Russell, with Danny Rick. So very odd from Mercedes. I think the penalty point system is good, but they need to be more consistent during race penalties. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Race penalties is it's got more consistent. But yeah, as I say, I just didn't get that where George Russell's getting a drive-through penalty for a corner cut in Monaco. And Verstappen intentionally driving into someone. Because essentially, he's been given the same penalty as causing a collision. Which generally, that causing collision is a mistake by the driver. It's on accident, but they're at fault. They get a 10-second penalty. Verstappen got the same as that, but intentionally driving into the side of him. So as I say, I would not have given him a disqualification, but I think drive-through penalty. I mean, well, George Russell cutting the corner warranted a drive-through, but what else warrants a drive-through or even a stop-and-go? I've not seen a stop-and-go penalty for a while. Did Hamilton get one recently, last year? What's happening? Nothing much. Genius from Mercedes, yes indeed. But if you are in the stream, do me a massive favour, smash that like button. Super appreciated. Up to 2,000 likes on TikTok, but only a solo like over on YouTube. So do me a favour on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube and press that like button. Is this a game? Yes, this is a game. This isn't real life, unfortunately. Right, Maloney is slipping down the order, unfortunately. We're going to have to ease up on the fuel as well.
Okay, do your best there. Minus and behind. You can have some lift off.
Mick Schumacher. Now, Mick Schumacher also back on the grid this year in the Racing Bulls, which they decided to promote Liam Lawson back to Red Bull after the nightmare of last year and drop Yuki Tsunoda completely, as well as Isaac Hadjar. And they've gone for Mick Schumacher and K-Mag. Haas reunion. Maloney, though, as we said, he is on that hard tyre, 87%. Look, Mick Schumacher already down to 59%. Colapinto's not having too bad of a race. He has got a Red Bull all over him, but again, his tyre life is pretty good, and he's hanging on to Fernando Alonso. Due to stop lap 17 for Colapinto, lap 20 for Maloney. Poor Gasly in real life and the game. Yeah, Alpine had a poor car in the 2025 season here, and they've got a very poor car in 2026 by the looks of it. Colapinto is deciding to have another go here on Fernando Alonso. Fernando is squeezed on that inside. Now they're moving over to get the racing line for this hairpin, and Fernando's got the inside, and we're going to have to concede, so not too good there from Franco. Let's go a bit more aggressive. But yeah, let me know if you're watching on YouTube. Do vote on the vote we have there. But if you're watching on another platform, let me know in the comments. Zane Maloney, who we're about to talk about, has just got past Schumacher again.
Watching the action closely here. They decide to give it a go.
So this man here, Zane Maloney, we are thinking about replacing as he gets that move done on Mick Schumacher. And that is because Yuki Tsunoda, George Russell, Kimi Antonelli have no drive in 2026. Very good drivers, 3 very good drivers. Do we make a mid-season swap and say goodbye to Zane Maloney and get Russell, Kimi Antonelli or Yuki in?
You have Magnussen.
As Mick Schumacher's got straight back past there. Now, the concept of this series really was trying to win the World Championship with a very young driver. So if we are to continue to do that, that would probably rule out Russell and Yuki. But it doesn't rule out Kimi Antonelli. Carter, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're well. But as always with our series, the chat decides. So if there's a need or a want to get Yuki or with Russell in the car instead of Kimi Antonelli, or keep with Zane Maloney, that is what we shall do. All right, Maloney, he's got another go here on Mick Schumacher. And they're 2 seconds off Carlos Sainz here now. Colapinto might be under a bit of pressure as we'll just watch Maloney hopefully get this one done again. Yeah, Colapinto has got Lawson all over the back of him here.
You are P13.
But he's holding on to that P8 for now. Is Lawson going to go for a lunge? He has a little look, but nothing doing. Maloney has got some tyre life, so let's use that a bit here. Try and break this DRS to Mick Schumacher, but Schumacher coming back. Is he going to go for the move? He's going to look at the outside. Not going to make that work. Let's see if Maloney can try and pull away now. So tyre-wise, Colapinto on the softs. Lawson behind him on the mediums, but has used more tyre life. Colapinto has got probably the best soft tyres on the grid at the moment, and Maloney is the only one on the hard. So not really sure where we're going to end up on this one just yet. I think Colapinto's pace is looking pretty decent. Maloney's 12 seconds behind his teammate, started behind him in 9th. So, not great for Maloney, but he is 2 steps harder on that hard tyre. And Norris leads. Norris won the first race. All I would say of Mercedes, they didn't win the Constructors. They did finish 2nd, but they don't look to have the pace they did last year in 2026 so far. But maybe it is the drivers, because they have put Perez and Ricciardo in the car over Russell and Kimi Antonelli. Colapinto. Lawson's going to stay with him because of that DRS, but he's doing good work out there. And Maloney has just about broken the DRS, I believe, to Mick Schumacher, but Mick Schumacher will get a nice toe here.
Good level of management on tires.
So yeah, Colapinto due in lap 17, Maloney lap 20. Colapinto should be safe from Lawson again here, but Lawson's getting a nice toe with that DRS. Has another look at the inside, but again, nothing doing. So we're probably going to see some pit stops in the next 2 or 3 laps here, unless the AI are going to start to conserve pretty early on, actually. But yeah, Addy and United, I think, yeah, we definitely need 4 or 5 more players, but they're doing the right thing. They're getting a couple in early. Hopefully after that, we're going to see some departures. I mean, Sancho's coming back. Chelsea have got to pay us 5 million for that, so hopefully we're getting that 5 million, but we're going to have to sell Sancho, hopefully sell Rashford, sell Anthony, sell Garnacho, perhaps sell Højlund. Don't know about Casemiro, whether we can offload him, but I think get these 2 players in, and then they're going to try and offload 3 to 6 players, and then hopefully get another 2, 3 in, and that would be a very nice window, I think. If we can get like 6 or 7 out, 5 in, I would take that. It's already shaping up to be a much different attack for United, especially if we do get a striker. That'll be a whole new front 3. I think they'll go with Ahmad as right wing back. So it'll shape up quite attackingly, I feel. Lots of pace, stamina, power. I think it's definitely going to be a different United next year. And by God, we need it. Right, Maloney, let us go to standard.
Try to cool down a bit more on your
Alonso
tires.
into the pit, so he is the first to stop. We said in the next couple of laps very early, and Fernando is in. Lawson's still a bit too far away as Fernando Alonso is in, and he's gone on to the hard tyres. Maloney will be past him, and Maloney has actually caught up to Carlos Sainz here. Is he going to have a look at Carlos Sainz? He's having a look, but nothing doing there. As Ocon develops a fault, Théo Pourchaire pits as well. He's racing for Alpine. He's replaced Doohan in this 2026 season. Blade, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. K-Mag is very much with these guys as well. Sainz on 36%. He's going to be coming in very soon, so Maloney should be getting this move done.
Tires update.
Colapinto, what do we say, lap 17, so he's going quite deep really compared to a lot of these. So we're going to get undercut quite heavily with Colapinto, but we should have good tyre life towards the end. Right, Maloney's got a good opportunity
The use overtake.
to get this done on the Williams here of Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz struggling now with tyres, down to 34%. He may be jumping into the pits at the end of this lap, if not the very next lap. But we don't want to be held up anymore. So Zane Maloney using the battery. Now he'll use a DRS as well. And that is an easy overtake. And Wilfredo in with a follow. Thanks very much. Much appreciated. Hope you're well. Have we got any more stopping? No, we haven't as yet. Colapinto carries on this battle with Lawson. Lawson looks a lot closer this time round though, but again he can't get it done. Colapinto placing that car well. And Sainz did decide to stay out for one more, and Maloney's broken the DRS to him. Behrman and Bortoletto into the pits at the back there. And Pourchaire went on to the hards, same as Alonso. We'll see what Behrman and Bortoletto are. Oh, they haven't actually made their stops yet. They're still in the pit lane, so we'll wait and see on those. So Colapinto P7, he's promoted because Alonso has stopped, so Alonso will get that undercut on him, but we're going to have a really good tyre margin on him later on in the race, so it's probably going to be whether we can chase these down. We're only 2.5 seconds off Perez, who's probably going to be into the pits at the end of this lap. He's down to 31%, so we're gaining on him quite significantly here. 2.4 seconds, 2.3. It's coming down all the time in these braking zones because his tyres are struggling. 2.1 seconds now. It might be under 2 seconds once we come out of this corner. It is indeed under 2 seconds, so Perez really struggling. He needs to box. He should be in at the end of this lap, I would imagine. We've just broken the DRS there to Lawson, so I don't know if Lawson's going through managing phase there as well. Colapinto definitely looking strong for points today. Maloney, I'm not too sure. Sainz has managed to hold on to him somewhat. And go a bit more aggressive. Oh, we should have gone aggressive on this stint actually anyway, so that's fine. We can go aggressive now. Perez does pit. So he is out of the way. And Colapinto up to B6. Yep. Behrman, Pourchaire, Bortoletto. Yeah, so everyone who's stopped so far has gone on to that hard tyre. So Maloney's got getting rid of that hard tyre, so he'll already have done that stint. I think everyone that stopped so far was on the softs, weren't they? Yeah, soft to hard. Soft to hard. Alonso, soft to hard. Yeah, so everyone so far who has stopped was on a soft, and they've jumped onto a hard tyre. Colapinto is not going to use a hard tyre. He's going soft, medium, softs. Maloney is using the hard now, so he'll not need it later on either. So hopefully we're going to be quicker at the end of this race. Sainz and Mick Schumacher in now as well. As I say, we probably will be undercut quite heavy here. So we'll wait and see on that. But whilst we've got a bit of a quiet phase, and as you know, if you watch, we don't forward very often. If you're new, we don't forward very often, unless we've got a quiet period in the race. And Maloney hasn't got anyone on him. Colapinto, no one on him. So let's just forward on. Theo, thanks for the follow. Love the commentary. Thank you, buddy. Yes, F1 Manager 24 is what we're playing. So Colapinto due to stop lap 17. He might have to come in a little bit earlier than that. but we'll see. Ocon's into the pits now. Got a yellow flag. We've got a virtual safety car, and that is going to have to be Colapinto in now. Maloney.
I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
Bortoletto's crash. Maloney, it's not good for his strategy. It's too early, really, for him to box. Oh, Bortoletto. That's a big off.
Actually, what happened?
Oh, well, I think you lost the car, Gabriel, and he is completely
That was a tough moment
out of this race. Bortoletto, a big off. And that is only a virtual safety car. Not going to be a full safety car. Works out well for Franco Colapinto. But Maloney, I think it's just too early. Unfortunately, everyone that's not stopped is going to be in.
We need to increase slightly a bit more the lift off.
Copy.
Yeah, it's just too early for Maloney, really. Just have a look at what we could do with him. It's going to be way too early for him. We could swap him to an extra stop. It's 7 seconds slower, but it'll gain that. Should we try it? Let's mix it up. Oh, those softs aren't great, are they? 89%. Anyway, let's try it. Let's go for it.
Box. Box.
Copy, box is left.
Let's box him. Let's take advantage of the virtual. Colapinto in first. Maloney's going to pit as well. And he's going to go for an extra stop now. All right, Franco Colapinto. Hopefully the pit crew, fingers crossed for a nice stop here. It's going to be a busy old pit lane now. 2.3. Very nice. Might be our best ever pit stop, that. And Maloney, he's got a nice clear box now to pull into. 2.4. Lovely work from the pit crew. There we go. So Maloney comes out P16. But Gasly's got to, loads of people got to make a full stop under if this safety car clears. So virtual clears. Need that virtual to clear now, really, before the next. And it is ending. People are into the pits.
Yes,
whilst it's ending.
Copy.
And we've gone green, so they're not going to get full advantage of that in the pit lane. So Colapinto is through. And he's up to
Focus on
P9.
your face, and it will get them. Use overtake.
Copy.
So Colapinto, P9. Hulkenberg needs to stop. So does Magnussen. So does Piastri and Verstappen. Colapinto should have much better grip than the Sauber here. And we're going around the outside of Nico Hulkenberg. And we need to get this done, and we are getting it done. And Perez, who we are battling with... Well, actually, we've got the undercut on Perez now. Or the overcut with the virtual. Because Perez was 2 seconds ahead all that first round. And we're now a second ahead of him. So that's worked out well for us. And we've got a little bit better tyre life than him. But he's now going to get a slipstream and some DRS off Hulkenberg. Perez on the inside then of Hulkenberg. He might not get the DRS now then because he's already made the move. So Maloney, P14. He's going to jump up a few though when these pit. So I think that's worked out all right for Maloney. But he has got to do an extra
Try to slow
stop.
down a bit.
Essentially now, Colapinto is still on his normal strategy here. Just about. Might need to save a bit of tyre life towards the end on these mediums or softs, but... Right, Piastri is in. K-Mag, next car ahead of us. He decided not to stop under that virtual. And Colapinto going around the outside. Lovely move from Franco Colapinto. And he's up to P6 because Piastri's into the pits as well. He's lost out quite heavily there. And Alonso, who stopped a lot earlier than us. We're only 1.8 seconds behind now. Maloney P12. It's got 2 seconds on Stroll. Yeah, I think Maloney's still going to be struggling for points here today. Magson's got to stop still. He's going to be on the cusp of points, Maloney, but I'm not sure. Again, he's got the race pace for it. I think Kimi is the best for the future. Yeah. Might be the way, you know. Might be the way. Kimi Antonelli coming in for Zane Maloney. Zane, so far in these first 2 races, struggling with race pace compared to his teammate, although he's been on a different strategy, of course, today on those hards. And he can be pushing a little bit more on this medium than Colapinto is. Colapinto nearly into the DRS of Fernando Alonso as Verstappen and Lando Norris into the pits.
Now there's been an issue in the
Norris
pits.
had a pit stop issue. He was ahead of Verstappen. He's had a slow pit stop. And we're going to be ahead of Norris. I don't think we're going to be ahead of Verstappen though. Alonso might be. Oh, he's nearly into his gearbox there, Fernando. But yeah, Norris has lost a lot of time there. And he's now going to have to get past ourselves and Alonso, and he's going to lose out heavily there to Max. K-Mag does now pit, so Maloney is promoted to P11. So Maloney on the fringes of the points now. Colapinto looking good for a good haul of points, although we do expect Norris to come back past us here. And Piastri probably as well at some point. So still fighting for around P7 to P10, I'd say, for Colapinto. And he has got to save a bit of tyre life later on in this race. So he would benefit again massively from another virtual safety car or full safety car. But it's Charles Leclerc that leads, a Ferrari 1-2. They pitted under the virtual, I believe. And they've got a nice 1-2 underway at the moment at Ferrari. Colapinto not quite in the DRS of Alonso, but Norris I don't think had... DRS on ourselves though. He's going to get a nice slipstream. He might be using a bit of battery as well, and Norris did in fact get DRS, so this could be Lando going straight past us here, but we're not really fighting Lando today. He's not going to make the move there though. Tommy, what season are you in and what rating is Zane Maloney? We are in 2026, so this is the start of 2026 race 2. Maloney, I can't remember what rating is. 77 is he? 78? High 70s. Lando being frustrated here by Colapinto.
Copy.
Yeah, we don't really need to be fighting Norris as hard as this. Can you ever take control of the cars? No, unfortunately not. So it's just the management of them. So yeah, you can't actually race the cars. Colapinto frustrating Lando Norris here, but Lando should get us on the next DRS zone. Perez is more the concern for us. He's on 80% hard, so we're racing Perez and those behind him. I don't think we're really racing Piastri though, because the McLarens are fast. They just got undone with that well, not undone, they just decided not to pit under the virtual, which was an odd decision to not at least pit one of them. But Lando Norris should be coming on by. And Colapinto will go to P6. And as I say, Piastri will be getting past Perez, and then he'll be getting past us, so we'll be dropping to P7. I think that's the maximum result for us today, P7. Although Lando still can't get it done on us. Maloney has got Stroll in his DRS now. Stroll is on the soft tyre. Then 6 seconds to Albon. So Maloney, yeah, he's on the cusp of the points, but...
Put the job on tires at the moment.
And Lando finally passed Franco Colapinto then. As we see a replay of that.
Focus is on Lando Norris.
And Lando on the start-finish straight.
It's there for the taking.
Slipstream DRS on the inside of us, and Lando in a much faster car. He is through then. And he's already onto the back of Alonso, so as soon as that McLaren's in free air, they're away. Perez is still keeping Piastri behind him, though. There's Maloney on the fence. He is in his fight with Stroll. Stroll really trying to hound Maloney now. Stroll, as I say, on the soft tyre here. And the Aston has got good pace this year in 2026, as you can see with Fernando P4. Lance Stroll obviously didn't race in Barcelona due to reoccurrence of that hand injury or wrist injury, apparently. Heard rumours he was smashing up the garage and such things, and he might have damaged it, but who knows with these rumours that come out. Right, Colapinto is just got the DRS gap to Perez, not by much though. Maloney certainly has not got a DRS gap on Stroll, so I think this is going to be very hard to defend against Lance Stroll here. Stroll DRS open now. And there we go, we're trying to be defensive, trying to force him around the long way. That's the way to go for us, force him around the outside of the hairpin, but Stroll still looking like he's going to get this done. And he is, so Stroll is through then into P11, dumps Maloney down to P12. Maloney will get DRS now in return though. Can he return the favour? We're gaining, looks to be a little bit too far away, looks to the inside, but can't get anything done through there. So Piastri has moved past Perez, and as we say, he should be moving past Colapinto as well. Our fight really, maximum fight for us is P7 unless, well, Alonso, we might still be in Alonso's fight because he's on, he's using a lot of that hard. So yeah, we're fighting for somewhere between P6 to P10 with Colapinto. Maloney, it looks like he's going to be struggling to get into the points. And although we're race 2 of 2026, it might be showing that, yes, maybe we should be going after Kimi Antonelli, who's a free agent, and getting him in the car for the 3rd race of the season. That'll be a shock move here at Maserati, but it might be one that we need to do. And something you need to do, if you haven't already, do smash that like button. As I say, super appreciated, really helps me out. Nearly 2,500 likes on TikTok. Only a solo like on YouTube, so you can smash that like button. Super appreciated. Piastri has a look. Nothing doing though. But surely now for Oscar Piastri. As he looks at the inside, he's going to swap over to the outside, look for a little bit more traction around there, a little bit of a slingshot, and Oscar Piastri into P6. We've dropped Perez now by 2.5 seconds. As I say, we've got to manage some of this tyre life towards the end here. And Piastri then is through to P6, and Piastri looking very strong in real life, isn't he, for the World Drivers' Championship? Just calm, collected, does what he needs to do. He seems to be getting that sort of 3-4 second buffer on Lando, and as soon as he's got that, he can just manage it. Lando's not really been able to really give it to him, has he? And again, Lando not nailing the start in Barcelona, costing him really. Bogged down behind Max, and that basically lost Lando the race. So and Max dropping to P10, obviously he's lost a lot of points there. So if McLaren continue these dominant victories, 1-2s in the next 2-3 races, I think it will shortly become a two-horse race between the two McLaren drivers. But at some point, they are going to be on the same track together, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, and they are going to have to battle hard, and that is going to be interesting to see how that all pans out. All right, Maloney. Stroll has got down up the road. And yeah, I think that Aston Martin's just got the pace on Maloney. Maloney's just looking nailed on for P12 here at the moment.
Stroll in front. He's 2 seconds from you.
Colapinto's just going to be wary of Perez, but that gap goes to 3 seconds. Then we'll save a bit of tyre life with Colapinto. We just need to save probably a couple of laps. If we can save a couple of laps of tyre life, and we'll be in a good position later on in this race. But again, whilst we're not got any battles on, let's just forward on. We're not due to stop until lap 40 with Colapinto, lap 29 with Maloney. So Maloney is aggressive on those mediums, but it's not really working out for him at the moment. Perez slightly coming back at us, 2.3. Still over 2 seconds, but yeah, we haven't really got a chance to ease up on the tyres. I've got a bit of fuel and battery to use here. Maybe we could use that to compensate for the tyres.
Copy.
2.5 seconds now. As Piastri is past Alonso. Alonso down to 56% now. And Maloney back, well, nearly back with Stroll. Right, Colapinto done a bit of tyre saving there. I'm not sure how much we've saved there, but Perez getting close to that under 2 seconds, which I don't want, so we'll go back to standard. Maloney, yeah, as I say, he's there or thereabouts with Stroll. I just wonder if some of these are only doing one more stop, because Zane is going to do 2 more stops. He will be on softs for both of those, so he should be pretty quick. The pit loss here is 25 seconds at the moment. It'll be 34.54. He would be coming out near enough dead last, though. And he probably will be one of the next cars in. Mick Schumacher, Gasly. Yeah, it'll probably be a couple more in before him.
Started to drop off a little bit.
But Colapinto is 1.6 behind Alonso, but Perez isn't going away. Lawson's dropped 5 seconds back. But yeah, Perez, he's doing all right on those hards, Perez, unless he's pushing at the moment. But he's not exactly going anywhere, which is not great news for us. But can Colapinto get into the slipstream and DRS finally of Fernando Alonso? We seem to be getting closer, and then it doesn't happen. Colapinto now under the second to Alonso, but Perez is nearly a second behind. So yeah, Perez, good pace in that Mercedes on the hard tyre. Maloney will be, Colapinto will be on the softs at the end. But we're going to try and go for this move on Fernando straight away here. Going to use a bit of the battery, quite a bit of the battery out of here. There we go, we're gaining. DRS not yet open, now it's open. Now Franco can get that slipstream. Alonso looks to the inside, he hasn't covered it off fully though, so the gap is still there for Franco Colapinto. And we're very slow and timid. Oh, nearly a Max Verstappen there, driving into the side pods of Fernando Alonso. But we do get through. But now Fernando will have DRS in return. We're still going to keep using this battery out of here. Because as I say, Fernando's now got DRS on us. And there we go. Addy, what's the target for the World Constructors' Championship for this year? I think the board has set P6 where we finished last year, so pretty confident that we'll get that. It'll be nice to try and break into the top 5, certainly by the end of the year. Second, we've got a really good design work coming. We've got 4 really major designs coming, which probably won't be on the car till about race 4. But I'm hoping that's going to propel us even further up this top 10. Colapinto, let's use a little bit more of that battery, see if we can break the DRS to Fernando. I think this is difficult though. As Fernando's now going to get that lovely slipstream and DRS. Is Perez going to have a go on Fernando? No. Can we quickly break the DRS through these next two corners? I think we've done, have we? It's teetering on the edge. Has Fernando maintained DRS or not? We're about to find out. If not, Perez is going to have him. No DRS for Alonso. DRS for Perez. He should have a great chance here on Fernando. On the inside, now we need these two to be very slow through here. And yeah, similar to Franco, Perez not got DRS. We've nearly used all our battery here. Alright, that's going to be it for now in terms of battery. So Perez did clear Alonso pretty quickly, which is a shame for us there. Perez down to 48%. We have got 13% tyre life on him, so he's going to have to come in quite early, Perez. He's going to have to get his final tyres quite long into this race unless he starts to ease off those hards in a moment. It would be handy if he did ease off those hards in this stint, because then we could ease off our mediums, go to our target lap of lap 40. Maloney, he's due lap 29, which is a couple of laps actually. So he may as well attack for the rest of this stint.
You're doing a very good job on tyres.
Still 2 seconds behind Stroll. And he's got Albon 6 seconds behind. Gasly is now in.
The gap now.
So Ocon, Behrman, Pourchaire have all stopped a second time. Gasly now as well. So it'll be a minute. So we should be out in front of Ocon, behind the rest of these from Mick Schumacher. So we should be out in P17. What's the tyre life for those guys? Mick Schumacher should be in anyway. It's going to be Magnussen, Hulkenberg, which are going to be the issues because they're on the hard, so we're going to have to pass them on track. But let's forward on then till that lap, as we've got a yellow flag. Is this going to be a safety car and really help Maloney out? I think it's just a yellow flag still.
Something's happened. Looks like the
Looks to be at the back of the grid here. It is. Right at the back. Teo Pourchaire going for a move on one of the Hassers. Oh, it's just sloppy. Oh, they both lost it in the end. Teo looked like he got away with it. I think the Haas made contact with the wall as well. It's Behrman involved in that and Teo Pourchaire, both with damage. Will Teo Pourchaire take a penalty for that? Safety car there would have been absolutely phenomenal timing for Zane Maloney. Might have given him a chance of points here today. Has Behrman got the penalty for that? I didn't see how that worked, but there you go. Behrman's got the 5-second penalty. Right, Maloney is going to be in at the end of this lap, and he's coming in on some softs. Going to do 2 sets of softs now.
Boxes lap.
Copy.
So it should be a minute as Mick Schumacher pits now. So it should be about 5 seconds to Magnussen. So we'll have some clean air, get the tyres up to temp, those softs, and then, yeah, we should have about 30-40% tyre life. So it should be okay for Maloney to pass them on track. Come on, Stroll, crash out and give us a safety car we need. You can always count on Stroll. So we know the stewards are realistic at least. Yeah, exactly. They're showing that realistic consistency there. All right, here comes Zane then for his second stop, but he's now switched over to a 3-stopper here today. So, again, the pit crew, we did a 2.3 and a 2.4, which are probably 2 best pit stops so far in this series. So, see if we can maintain that level. 2.6, that's normal. That's about normal, so we'll take that. So, yeah, we should stay where we are here. I think it's going to be a little bit more than 5 seconds, though, isn't it? But that's fine. The gap doesn't really bother me. The gap we're worried about is behind, and we're absolutely safe from behind. Let's just get these tyres up to 10 very quickly. Oh, Pietro, Track Tom, hi buddy, how's it going?
Behind is Ocon.
Yes, we've got 7 seconds to K-Mag and Hulkenberg. By the time we get to them, their tyres will be suffering even more. But they've only got to do 1 stop now.
Margin to push more.
Copy.
So yeah, where's Maloney going to finish now on this offset strategy? Going to go light now with Colapinto whilst we've got a 3-second buffer to Perez.
Copy.
Okay. So Perez, yeah, he's managing a little bit. So we can manage in return with Colapinto. OP, how are you? Yes, I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing? It's now 4 seconds to Perez. As Stroll has just stopped and he's now behind Maloney, but he'll be going to the end. We've got to hope Stroll doesn't gain on Maloney here. We'd want to see Maloney pulling away on soft tyres. Use a bit of the battery actually whilst we've got it as well.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Good, I might send you a message on Discord sometime this week. No worries, buddy. Maloney pitting again after this. Yes, Addy, Maloney has got to do one more stop here today. So he's got to build a gap on Stroll. I'm not sure he's going to build a big enough gap on Stroll, though. So yeah, we'll see where Maloney ends up in all this. Yeah, Perez is definitely saving some hard tyre life now. So I'm not really bothered about fighting anyone ahead of us. We could be on for P6 here for Colapinto, which would be absolutely brilliant. Addy, watch the fuel. Yes, indeed. So we've now got 5 seconds to Perez. They might undercut us, but we're going to be on softs. We'll have better pace at the end. Don't think we've got another set of mediums for Franco, have we? No. So yeah, he's got to go on the soft, so that's fine.
Magnussen in front.
Can you try to respond so I know you got it? Yeah, as soon as I've seen it, I will.
Do your best, man.
Right, so Maloney's got 3 seconds to Stroll, but yeah, he's not really pulling away as quickly as we'd like. So I think beating Stroll is going to be difficult this afternoon. But he is. Unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, he's now on these and they are fighting each other. That's not ideal because they've got good, well, in terms of they ain't got to stop straight away here. So Maloney's got to be very aggressive here and get past both of these drivers.
Overtake available.
Got to try and do it somewhere unorthodox, like the inside here. Just send one, Zane. Too far back. Right, we need to get one of these very quickly. Crucial for Maloney's strategy here. He's just lost about half a second in 2 corners there to Stroll. Magnussen, though, is absolutely flying out of that corner. Look at the inside. Come on, Zane. Come on, Zane. Come on, Zane. Later on the brakes.
Focus on our race.
That's it. That's good work. And he will now have DRS on Hulkenberg. So this should hopefully be job done. Hulkenberg pits. So that will release us and we'll get DRS off the back of it as well. So that has worked very nicely in the end.
Try to cool down a bit more.
Magnussen will stay with us because of the DRS, but we should be able to drop him. He's on 40% hards. What season again? This is the start of 2026, so second race of 2026. Did you get F1 2025? I've not got it yet, but I will. I'm quite busy over the next couple of weeks, and I'm off to Italy, so when I'm back, I shall be having a look. I wanted to wait until it was fully out, see what everyone's saying, see if it's worthwhile, but it doesn't look too bad from what I've seen of it. Colapinto now 7 seconds to Perez. This is looking very nice. Leclerc's down to 27%. He's going to have to box now. What lap are we trying to get to? Lap 40. Maloney is lap 44. As Lawson pits now as well. Yeah, Maloney's only got 3 seconds on Stroll, so I don't think we've got a chance of beating Stroll here today, unless we're going to be super quick on that final stint compared to Stroll. Perez really falling away pace-wise. Really managing those hards. He's going to pit shortly. As soon as he pits, we'll go back to standard. And there we go. He is into the pits. We had 8 seconds. We've got a yellow flag. Oh, don't be a safety car. No, that was very brief. Have a Stroll spin? No,
Now,
it's
we
a
can
Gasly
see what
lockup.
happened. Here we
Definitely
are,
take
going
Stroll
into
locking up
turn
or something.
9.
That would be nice for us.
The brakes couldn't cope, but that's just the risk you take. The
There we
later
go.
you leave,
So 34 laps, 56, 22 to go. And if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Trying to get up to 3,000 over on TikTok. And if we can get a few more over on YouTube. Only 3 likes over on YouTube. Come on, if you're watching, do smash that like button. Super appreciated. Right, Colapinto might have to come in a little bit earlier and just manage that final stint. What's Perez gone on to? Mediums, yeah, so he can use that tyre a little bit more. Alonso's come out behind Maloney here. Maloney is
In front
near
of
Perez here. He could do a bit
Perez.
of a whole job on Perez. Lawson has actually got the undercut on Perez and Alonso. So he's going to be one to watch for us as well.
keep
But
doing
Lawson
your
on the
best.
hards. Don't have to check right now. No, I'll have a check after this, buddy. Someone's had a spin. It's not Stroll, though.
Copy.
It's Mick Schumacher having a Spinalowski then. Just going to lose the rear. Right, Maloney will get DRS here on Perez. Colapinto's definitely not going to get to lap 40 on those tyres, but... Maloney, if he could get past Perez, he could do a bit of a hold-up job. Now, so Albon's into the pits now as well.
Keep focus on your race now.
Colapinto up to a whopping P2 here because everyone stopped. He's going much later in this stint, so again, he might be undercut, but we're hoping he's going to be quicker at the end here. Maloney's still staying with Perez and Lawson. But we really need to get to Colapinto's in lap here. So he's not going to quite get to lap 40 here. Maloney on Liam Lawson. He's past Liam Lawson. Perez had broken away from Lawson. But Maloney is through on Lawson as well. And Alonso's bogged down in P11 at the
At
moment.
the moment you are P9.
Let's have a look at
This
that
is what
from
happens.
Zane Maloney then.
Now look, here we head into turn 2. Can they squeeze by?
Lovely move there. So yeah, 25 seconds. So what's that? 23:43. So yeah, Perez is probably going to undercut us. But we're going to have a much better tyre margin on him. I think we get Colapinto in next lap now. So let's forward on. Get Colapinto in and see where he comes out. I think Perez is going to undercut and we might just stay out ahead of Lawson. Let's attack on this in lap. Ricciardo's making his stop, so he gets out of the way. Franco Colapinto now holding up the leaders. Norris has got a nice lead, but he's got to stop. Right, here comes Franco then. This will be his final stop of the day, so we've got to hope for a nice pit stop here. Here we go. Let's see what the pit crew can do. Hopefully a nice clean stop. 2.5, take that. So Perez should be past us. But we're hoping... Oh, I don't know. It's going to be touch and go. I think these are going to get past us, are they? No, we do just clear them. So that is absolutely perfect. We're not going to get involved in any of that. Let's get these tyres up to temp. So we're 3 seconds behind Perez, but we should be able to close that pretty quickly. And then once we've cleared Perez, we're just about getting these tyres to the end for Colapinto. OP, have you read my last message? I don't believe I have, buddy, but as I say, once I finish this, I'll check it out. I'll get back to you. And Maloney, we do want to say don't find teammate. Yeah, he's got that on, so that's fine. So yeah, Colapinto needs to hunt down Perez, get past Perez, and then just manage the tyres, because he's got a little bit of managing to do in this phase. Let us forward on, get up to the back of Sergio, get to Checo. So Norris still leading, but he has got to stop. So Verstappen will take the race lead. Yeah, Verstappen's got good tyre life, so it might be a Max Verstappen win here today. Maloney is still keeping Lawson Alonso at bay. That's really helped Colapinto out here today. But Maloney is going to drop to about P16, P17 when he next stops. And, well, actually, a few are stopping, so he will have good tyre life. So Maloney should have some fun in the closing laps here. Read my last message on YouTube. About Verstappen's penalty points. Yes, I did see that. Yes.
Tires update.
Right, Lawson, is he finally going to get past Maloney? No, Maloney's still frustrating him. Not going well for Liam Lawson here. Colapinto is now 1.92 seconds off Perez. Lawson still can't get past as a race leader, Lando Norris, is into the pits. And Lawson is finally past Maloney.
Let's have a look at
that. Has taken him an age to do.
As we go into the 13th corner.
But Liam Lawson back in the Red Bull, replaced Yuki Tsunoda for 2026. And he is finally past Zane Maloney. What tyres is Lawson on? 73% hards. On stream, what have I missed, OP? Okay, it's my team and online stream. I'm already on season 5, round 2 of 10. Wow. Flying for it. Flying for it, buddy. As Alonso now gets past Maloney as well. So Maloney loses those 2 places pretty quickly. Maloney is not fighting these guys. But really, should we have a driver that is fighting these? Because Colapinto is. That is the question for the chat. Should we try and get Kimi Antonelli in the car for the next race in Suzuka? It's an Italian team, it's Italian feel, so that would fit what we're going for, especially because we want young drivers as well. But we've got Franco Colapinto here with DRS on Sergio Perez. Not going to go, oh, geez, nearly into his gearbox there. We're not going to get that done there. But we're going to try and use a bit of battery out of here. Perez got a good exit. Can we get close enough here? We're gaining quite significantly. We're going to the inside. Perez is not covering it off. Franco Colapinto up the inside of Sergio Perez. And we are through into P6. And Perez got 75% tyres. We might just go light for now. It's the status photo. 1/1 is about online. Can't see it. Just resend it, buddy. Right, we're going to go light on the tyres here. That will keep Perez with us. But we're only fighting Perez now, really, for P6. So we can just get our tyres where we need them. And then we can use what we've got to pull away. So it might mean that Perez gets back past us, but it's all for the long fight here to secure P6 for Colapinto, which would be lovely. He got P6 in Australia, and he's going to follow up another P6. Maloney currently P10, but he's got to stop again. So I don't think there's a chance of points for Maloney. Stroll has only kept 2.4 behind him. Ricciardo's there as well, so yeah, it's not going to happen for Maloney unless he gets a very lucky safety car. Achievement sent on Discord. Okay, buddy. Right. Colapinto is trying to lap an Alpine. He wasn't that forthcoming with allowing us to do that. 15 laps to go then. And as I say, we're just in a bit of tyre conserve mode here. Hulkenberg pits. So Maloney currently would be about 1:01, so he'd be out behind the two Williams. I think he could get up to 12th or 13th for Maloney here, as it looks like where he's going to finish. But he did start P9, so as I say, not the best of races really for Maloney. Is Perez going to be able to have a go at us here? Sorry for confusing you. You're fine, buddy. Liam, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated, buddy. Hope you're well. Colapinto then. Perez right behind him, but not going for the move. And say this is just all part of the plan at the moment. Once we manage these soft tyres, we've got a good 12% margin on him, so we should be comfortable. Alonso 7 seconds, so as I say, we've really only got a battle on for 6th. That's what we're managing at the moment. Maloney, what are we due in? Lap 44? Yeah, next lap. Next lap, let's get him in.
Push.
Copy.
Let's get Maloney in. He's got Danny Rick all over him now, and Stroll coming back at him. As I say, they'll move past him. And then he's the best he can hope for really is P12, I think, today. At Colapinto, we're just trying to manage a bit of tyre life. And Perez really pushing. The margin was 12%. I wonder if Perez is trying to use a bit of tyre life here. It's absolutely fine by us. Yeah, he is. He's using an extra percent. It's now 13% of the margin. So Perez is burning up those tyres behind us. As our race engineer tells us that we're managing our tyres very well. Perez then should have a good opportunity to get past us this time. As I say, we should be able to get this position on him later on. We're just managing our tyres at the moment. Perez is going for a bit of a push. He's got a great exit out of there. We've lost the DRS somehow there. Perez absolutely floored it out of there. Well, we have just maintained the DRS. But we will have to go to standard. All right, Maloney. Gonna go for one more with Zane.
Try to go down as much as possible.
Copy.
Colapinto, we can go back to light.
Okay, copy.
We can go for a bit of top up as well. As I say, this is just all about the long game here. I'm going to get the battery topped up to 100%, get some tyre life back, and then when we're ready, we'll make the overtake and we'll deploy the battery, and that should be enough to see off Sergio Perez. And Maloney really holding up Ricciardo here. Right, Colapinto may well go for the move here on Perez, but as I say, we're not really aiming to necessarily get it done now, but if it happens naturally, then we'll go for it. Yeah, we are bringing a bit of tyre life back, so that's nice to see. Here we go then, looking at the inside. And he does move back past Sergio Perez then. Maybe we will try and break that DRS now, because Perez has just lost 8-9 tenths there. He will get DRS here, but might be the moment to go for it. Try and get it to a couple of seconds and then we'll manage the tyres again. So Colapinto back to P6. That's where we're hoping to finish. Just got to try and break that DRS to Perez before the next DRS. As I say, we have got 12% on Perez. So hopefully we'll be able to maintain that. Right, Maloney is coming in. Stroll is pitting again. That's not expected. So we might be fighting Stroll all the way to the end here. Stroll's surely going to put some softs on as well. Oh, being held. We could have got out there, pit crew. Ah, they've given that to Stroll.
Okay, we'll be clear going out.
I think he was on softs there. No, he's on the mediums. Oh, they are. They are very yellow indeed.
Stroll in front.
So maybe Maloney has got a chance of Stroll here.
Car behind is Sainz.
All right, Colapinto has got that 2 seconds, so he can just go back to light here. Let's have a look at Maloney. Sainz has stopped as well. Albon shouldn't need to stop. We're 13 seconds off Albon. But that would only be for P11. Ricciardo's P10, and we're 13 seconds off that. So as I say, it's not going to happen unless Ricciardo's pace significantly drops off.
No lift off anymore.
Copy.
But Maloney, can he have a go here on Stroll? Been fighting Stroll quite a lot this race, Maloney. Maloney currently 48 seconds off his teammate though. That's not good reading. Should be less than that once he finishes the race, but yeah, we need him to be a little bit closer than that. But here he comes, Maloney. On the outside of Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll trying to fight
That's
it.
okay.
But that one is won by Maloney. And he can continue to push on then.
Good job. Albon in front.
12.5 seconds to Albon, but that's quite a bit of time to make up. And Albon got 20%. It's a big margin, but it's not massive. So we've got to see if Maloney can close that up. Colapinto looks safe now from Perez, looking good for P6, unless there's a late safety car red flag drama. And Maloney, I think, is going to struggle to shake Stroll completely, because Stroll's got those mediums till the end. He has put 2.5 seconds on him. He's only 7 seconds off Albon now. Last lap, nearly 5 seconds quicker. And that'll get the job done. 5 seconds a lap. Colapinto, yeah, we'll keep managing. Although we could get a bit of temperature into those tyres. Although Maloney is not going to... He's going to run out of tyre life on that trajectory. Maloney now 4.5 seconds off Albon. Sainz has had a lock-up. Yeah, Maloney, I don't know why I think it's because we didn't put on new softs there, so... Well, we've got 7 to go. Got a good chance of getting Albon, but I don't know if we can keep Stroll behind, because our tyres are probably going to need a bit of managing. And Stroll is nearly back with Maloney. Yeah, Stroll has been a nuisance for us today, and I don't think we can defend against him, really.
Tires update.
He's got 11% mediums on us, so Lance Stroll is going to be able to get Maloney, so Maloney's got to try and get Albon for P12, really, here. If not, it's going to be P13. I'd say he's currently still 40 seconds off his teammate. Colapinto is only 19 seconds off the lead here today. That's pretty good reading for us. Here comes Stroll then, on the inside. Don't mind it there, because Maloney will actually get the DRS. But as I said, I don't think we'll be able to keep position on Stroll. We just need to close down Albon, really.
Rhythm that was looking fine. Magnussen behind.
Now, watch the fuel. Yep, fuel's good, buddy. So Maloney, as I say, coming straight back at Stroll, but I think that is a battle he's probably going to lose in the long run. Still 4 seconds for Albon. Albon's keeping that 4-second buffer now.
At the moment, they are going well.
Colapinto's got 6 seconds
Albon
on Perez.
in front. Albon 4 seconds.
Will we decide the driver swap decision today? I feel like we can. I feel we can. A lot of the chat on other platforms have said about Kimi. I've actually lost my vote on here on Kimi, but when I last checked, Kimi seemed to be the vote. To say Italian and young feels what we need. And I just think Maloney, although he did start on a different compound, he's 40 seconds off his teammate. That is not good. And we're 3.8 off Albon now. Leo's go for Sainz. Sainz is already in a drive, so that's the problem. Kimi Antonelli has not been re-signed for Mercedes for 2026 on the game, so that's why he's a good one to go for, because we haven't got to buy him out of a contract, which costs quite a bit on this game. Potentially, depending how many years they've got left and buyout multiplier.
Yeah, copy.
Right, Stroll on the inside, gets it done again, so as I say, Stroll is likely to finish ahead of us, but can we get Albon, finish at least P12? But is this going to be the last race for Zane Maloney in Maserati?
Okay, do your best there. Behind you have
Have we got a Liam Lawson situation? People say it's very harsh. 2 races in 2026 and you're letting him go. But his teammate Colapinto is on course to finish P6 in the first 2 races. And Maloney is going to be on no points and finishing, what, 40 seconds, 42 seconds off his teammate here. So it doesn't make pretty
keep
reading.
focus on our race.
So we might have to approach Kimi Antonelli. Colapinto's still got 7 seconds on Perez. 4 laps to go. He should be okay to go back to standard.
You are P13.
Still 3 seconds to Albon. We're going to get some DRS again, just about on Stroll. It's now 2.4 to Albon, so we are being dragged closer and closer. Leo, you want to see some of the battle up front. Hamilton leads. They're 40% tyre life. Max Verstappen is on 41% tyre life. And Max Verstappen,
Do your best, man.
is he about to have a lunge on his arch enemy? Lewis Hamilton
You're doing
here.
a good
Max
job.
Verstappen.
In front of us, there is
Lewis
Albon.
quite late to cover it off. Maloney has got back past Stroll, but again, I expect Stroll to come back at us there. Verstappen will have another chance here with DRS. But Lewis got good exit, using a bit of battery out there, no doubt. But Max is gaining, looks to be too far back, has a little bit of a sneaky look, but nothing doing.
Copy.
Yeah, so Stroll should be coming back past. As Verstappen really fighting Lewis now on the outside. Max Verstappen. Oh, if these two come together, that'd be lovely for Maloney to give him a point, but Hamilton fights it hard. Verstappen has to concede, but he's going to get DRS again.
Keep focus on your race now.
Stroll has managed, Maloney's managed to keep Stroll behind. 4 votes on YouTube. Okay, I'll put a full vote out on the community tab on YouTube tomorrow, and we'll leave it a couple of days, and then I'll go by that result. Stroll having a look, but again, nothing doing. Maloney is keeping him at bay for now. Verstappen, though, this time looks like he's going to take the lead of this Chinese Grand Prix. We thought it was going to be a 2-horse race. Lando Norris on 49% softs, and you can see him there. He's going to make this a three-way battle. Norris is about to join the party. He's set the fastest lap. He's flying out there. He can attack on those softs. Max takes the lead, but look at Lando Norris, absolutely flying. We've got 3 laps to go. We'll keep an eye on both of these battles because we need to keep an eye on Maloney here, who's about
Focus on our race.
have a great chance here on Albon.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Verstappen leads. Hamilton second, still in the DRS. Norris not quite in the DRS of Hamilton. We are very much in the DRS
Copy.
of Alex Albon here.
Okay to push on tires.
And Stroll is down to 47% on his mediums. He's absolutely cooked those. So Maloney's got a great chance now of actually finishing P11
Put pressure on
as he's
Albon.
on the inside of Alex Albon here. And he's going to get this done. Maloney up to P11. Well, it's not going to be enough today to
They are
score a
doing
point.
good job there.
We'll keep him
And
attacking.
on
Got a bit of fuel with
P11.
Colapinto. Let's hope Maloney can pull away. Right, Hamilton has dropped out of the DRS to Verstappen. That could be crucial as Lando Norris is flying on the soft tyres. Hamilton, good exit though. Very good exit. Norris now. DRS will open. Should start to gain. Lando looking at that red of the Ferrari and that hideous blue. And there we go. On the inside, Lando Norris. Oh, that's a corner cut. Give back the position, Lando. He's cut the corner and a half there. Lando doesn't care. He's flying. He's going to be right on to Max with DRS as well here. Lando Norris on a charge. I think he won the first race of the season. He's favourite now to win the second race. 2 laps to go.
Suggest lift off.
It was looking like a Verstappen or Hamilton win, but Norris absolutely flying at the end here.
Copy.
Can't
No,
be too
that's
far
no.
away from Maloney and Co. Oh, a little bit off. Is there anything Max Verstappen can do? He's got no DRS to defend against him. This looks like it's going to be job done for Lando Norris. And Max stay with him for the final lap. That will be what he's trying to do here, or he's going to try and deploy, but it's so hard out of this corner because how long the straight is. Got to get good exit. But no, Norris is right with him. Max. Oh, Max pulls a little bit there. Norris not getting the greatest attraction out of there. He didn't on Hamilton either, but then he starts to gain down this massive straight. DRS opens now. Lando can see that Oracle getting closer and closer. He's going to go to the outside this time, but Max is too wise to that one, and Lando's going to have to filter in behind. Is he going to go for it here, Lando? Better exit there, much better exit. Max is in big trouble here. Lando Norris is going to look to the outside. Max is squeezing him. Lando Norris, though, slingshot approach round the outside. And Lando Norris takes the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix on the final lap then. Leo, you're catching P5. Look at P6. Yeah, we're not going to catch him, though, because our tyres have gone off the edge now, unfortunately. We're not going to do 4 seconds in a lap. Got close, though. Got close. Maloney's got 3 seconds on Albon, so Maloney is going to secure
Try to go down as much as possible.
P11, it looks like. But Lando Norris is going to win this race. He was on a charge at the end. Verstappen, 2.3 seconds off. Can he keep Hamilton behind here? Yes, Hamilton's not going to get the DRS. So that is key. If he had DRS here, Verstappen might have been in trouble. But Verstappen looks like he'll hold on for P2 then. But Lando Norris absolutely flying at the end there. And here he comes then. Lando is going to win a McLaren, I believe. That's 2 from 2 from McLaren, for Lando. We'll see at the end. But Lando Norris wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Verstappen is going to finish P2. And Hamilton is going to finish P3.
Lando Norris wins it. He's first over the line.
And now can Albon. Oh, Albon's tyres are shot as well. Adam sums up modern F1. Max got the better drive, but they open a flat to overtake. Yeah, I know, Adam. I'm not a fan either. Just seeing overtakes on a straight with a front wing. But here comes Franco Colapinto. What a drive from him. He finishes P6. A great drive from Colapinto. And bags us another 8 points here today. Is Stroll going to hold on to this? Yes, he is, because Albon can't get any drive out of that corner. So Colapinto, I believe that's 2 6th place finishes in a row. But Maloney started P9 and yeah, had some battles out there, but he's not going to score points again. It's going to be P11. Is Maloney going to be in the car for our next stream once we get to Japan? We will wait and see on that one. Maloney crosses the line and it's P11. But a great drive from Franco Colapinto, who finishes P6.
Formula One's newest team, shattering all expectations here.
Well, there we go. Franco loving
really
life. And to celebrate that P6 finish for Franco, make sure to smash that like button. He's
Amazing.
loving it.
Really, really good for the team.
Maserati loving it. Right, let's see the full classification then. Lando Norris won it, as we saw at the end there. Max Verstappen second, Lewis Hamilton third, Oscar Piastri fourth. Charles Leclerc started pole, drops 4 places to 5th. Franco, though, up 2 places from 8th to finish 6th. Sergio Perez 7th, Fernando Alonso 8th. Nice drive from Ricciardo to finish P9, and Lawson P10. And as we saw, Maloney drops 2 to finish P11. Drivers' Championship, and yes, it is 2 wins from 2 from Lando Norris. No pole positions, but he's got the race pace as Lando Norris, and he's got 2 wins from 2. Max Verstappen, 2 second places in a row, it looks like, and it looks like Hamilton 2 third places in a row. So the top 3 have been the same for the first 2 races. Charles Leclerc is 4th. Oscar Piastri jumps up 2 to 5th. Franco Colapinto is in 6th place at the moment. As I say, 2 6th places in a row. So he's got 16 points from the first 2 races. Great work from him. Fernando Alonso 7th. Perez 8th. Carlos Sainz 9th. Liam Lawson 10th. Ricciardo 11th. And the rest yet to score, including Zane Maloney. Constructors, McLaren looking good so far. Ferrari in 2nd, Red Bull 3rd. Look at that though, Maserati starting the season strong. We're currently in 4th position. We want to finish again at least 6th, but I do want to break into that top 5. 4th would be very nice, and it might be a possibility because Mercedes don't look to have the pace this year. So Aston Martin, Mercedes do look doable. Whether we can take the fight to these top 3, I don't know, but we have got big designs coming for race 4 or 5 of this season. So we're in 4th, Aston Martin 5th, Mercedes 6th, Williams 7th, Pick Sauber, RB, Alpine and Haas are yet to score. Pit stops, we didn't get any pit stop points. We did get a 2.3 second stop, but most of the grid did 2.2s to 2.3s as well. So still a little bit more work to do on that. We did get points in the first race, so we're currently 7th there. But not too bad. That was very nice. That's going to wrap this one up then. So a very nice job from Franco Colapinto. That was a great drive from him. P8. I don't know if we could have done better than P8 coming into this one. But we did. We gained P6. And as you see, 80 overall to 76 for Maloney. So he is a little bit better. But work to do for Maloney there. And what we're going to do in between the next race is decide whether it's going to be Maloney in the car or we make a immediate swap with some of the free agents out there in terms of George Russell, Yuki Tsunoda and Kimi Antonelli. Yuki Tsunoda, of course, would be in the car for Suzuka, so that would be a bit of what they did with Red Bull. I would swing more to Kimi Antonelli just on the basis of this series because it's Maserati, it's got an Italian feel, and we want to win with young drivers. And Kimi would tick all of those boxes, of course. So we shall see. But if you're not already, please do, of course, subscribe to the channel. If you can like this as well, it's super appreciated. And we are going to be back very soon with the next one in this Maserati F1 Manager series. If you followed the stream today for the first time, we stream every Tuesday and Friday. So we will be back on Friday from 7 p.m. And as I say, if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Thanks for all the comments, likes, follows, and subscribes. It's super appreciated. If you want to see more F1 Manager content, then most of this is housed on YouTube. So please head over to YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok or Twitch, head to my profile in the bio, click the YouTube channel, and you can check us out over there. Kimmy, please, Kimmy. Okay, we will see what we can do. See if I can go after Kimmy, and you'll have to wait and see on Friday whether Kimmy Antonelli is in the car. I will certainly check out Discord, OP. Yes, Addy, see you later. Hopefully I'll see you Friday. Hopefully we might have